Northeast India, a part of our country that feels like a different world. Untouched, unbelievably clean, deeply rooted in nature and culture. Most people only know a surface level side of the Northeast. But the truth is, every state here takes cleanliness seriously, respects nature like a living being, and preserves its traditions with pride. So, in this ultimate guide, I am taking you through Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, and Meghalaya. Their unique identities, their hidden beauty, the food you should try, the festivals not to miss, and the untouched experiences most travelers have no idea about. Nagaland is a land of warriors, ancient tribes, and dramatic green hills that still feel raw and authentic. The word Naga likely comes from the Burmese word Naka, meaning people with pierced ears. With more than 16 tribes, each with its own heritage, Nagaland is known for its fierce headhunter history, colorful festivals, and deep respect for forests. The best time to visit Nagaland is from October to May when the weather is clear and the hills are lush. Here's what you can do. Visit Kohima to understand its World War II history and see how the city blends Naga heritage with modern life. Trek the gorgeous Zuku Valley because its green rolling hills genuinely look untouched and are considered one of India's prettiest landscapes. Explore Konoma, Asia's first green village, to see how the locals protect their forests through the community conservation. Visit Mokokchung to experience the warm hospitality and cultural richness of the Ao Naga tribe. Travel to the Mon district to meet the Konyak tribe, known for their tattooed faces and warrior legacy. Naga cuisine is rustic, flavorful, and built around smoked meats and fermented ingredients. What you should try is the smoked pork because the way they slow smoke it over bamboo and firewood gives it a flavor you won't find anywhere else in the world. Eat Agzon curry to experience the signature fermented taste that defines traditional Naga food. Have galho, a rice and meat stew that locals eat for comfort, especially in the colder months. Try the Bhut Jolokia chutney if you want a fiery kick from one of the world's hottest chilies grown right here. And of course, don't miss the iconic Hornbill Festival in December, where all Naga tribes come together in one grand celebration of music, food, and culture. I had the privilege to attend this one, and trust me, it was out of this world. Check it out for yourself. Arunachal Pradesh is India's land of the rising sun, the first place to see daylight in the country. The name comes from Aruna, meaning dawn, and Achal, meaning mountains. Literally, the mountains of the rising sun. It's known for its monasteries, its untouched Himalayan valleys, and for being home to more than 26 tribes, some of the least explored landscapes in India. The best time to visit Arunachal is from October to April, and here's what you should definitely do. Visit Tawang Monastery to experience India's largest monastery and feel the spiritual calm of Tibetan Buddhism. Drive to Sela Pass because the high altitude lake and snow-covered mountains look surreal at 13,700 feet. Explore the Zero Valley where the Apatani tribe lives sustainably and the terraced rice fields look picture perfect. Travel to Mechuka, a remote valley with wooden houses and landscapes that look like untouched Bhutan. Visit Namdapha National Park to witness rare wildlife in India's last surviving lowland rainforests. Arunachali food is earthy and wholesome. Try thukpa, a noodle soup that's perfect for cold mountain evenings. Have apong, the local rice or millet beer that every tribe prepares in its own unique way. Eat zan, a millet-based porridge that is simple but incredibly filling and comforting. And lastly, try the bamboo shoot dishes because bamboo is central to their cuisine and adds a fresh, sharp flavor to all meals. Arunachal's festivals are colorful and deeply rooted in tribal traditions. The major ones are Losar in February, Zero Music Festival in September, Mopin in April, and Solum in September, each showcasing a different tribe's identity. Sikkim is India's cleanest, safest, and fully organic state. The name comes from the Limbu words Su, meaning new, and Kim, meaning palace. It's known for its monasteries, its snow peaks, its sustainability driven tourism, and its incredibly disciplined approach to cleanliness. The best time to visit Sikkim is from March to June and September to December. And here's what you must definitely experience. Visit the Guru Dogmar Lake, one of the world's highest lakes, to witness turquoise water surrounded by snow peaks. Explore the Yumthang Valley, which blooms with hundreds of flowers during spring. Drive to Nathula Pass to see the Indo-China border at one of India's most dramatic roads. Spend time in Pelling and Ravangla for peaceful views of Kanchenjunga and quiet mountain life. Visit the Rumtek Monastery, a major center of Tibetan Buddhism. Sikkimese cuisine is warm, comforting, and very homely. Try thentuk, a hand-pulled noodle soup that feels like a hug on a cold day. Eat kinema, a fermented soybean dish that has a strong flavor but is a staple in Sikkimese homes. Try phagshapa, a pork dish cooked with radish that balances tangy, light, and savory flavors perfectly. Try a Sikkimese thali because it gives you a complete mix of local curries, greens, and fermented elements. Sikkim's festivals are spiritual, colorful, and deeply connected to the mountains. Don't miss Losar in February, Sagadawa in May, Pang Lapsol in August, and Labab Duchen in November. I really hope I'm pronouncing these right. Meghalaya means the abode of clouds, and the name fits perfectly. Clouds literally float through the valleys here. It's known for being India's cleanest region, for its matrilineal Khasi and Garo tribes, and for landscapes filled with living root bridges, caves, and blue rivers. The best time to visit Meghalaya is from October to June, though monsoon lovers should come in July and August. And here's what you must definitely do. Visit Dauki, where the river is so clear you can see the rocks on the riverbed as if through glass. Explore Molenong, Asia's cleanest village, to understand how the Khasi community keeps nature at the center of life. Trek to the double-decker living root bridge to witness a bridge literally grown from intertwined living roots. Visit Cherrapunji, famous for its beautiful waterfalls, caves, and dramatic monsoon views. Spend time in Shillong, India's music capital, known for its cafes, culture, and friendly vibe. Meghalaya's food is very flavorful and very local. Try Jado, a Khasi rice meat dish that is aromatic and beautifully spiced. Have Doneong, pork curry made with black sesame that gives it a rich, nutty flavor. Try Pumaloy, a soft steamed rice flour dish eaten during celebrations. Try Dokhle, a refreshing pork salad that highlights the simplicity of Khasi cooking. Try Tungrimbai, a fermented soya bean dish that is bold and full of flavor. The biggest festivals to experience in Meghalaya are the Wangala Festival in November, and the Shat Suk Minsiem Festival in April, and the Nongkrem Dance Festival in October or November, each celebrating nature and community. So that was your ultimate guide to Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, and Meghalaya, 4 incredible states that prove why Northeast India is one of the cleanest, greenest, and most soulful parts of the country. I haven't had the advantage to travel to the other states of Northeast India, and I'm highly looking forward to do so that I can create a part 2 of this video. What makes Northeast special isn't just the scenery, it's the people, their kindness, their respect for nature, and their passion for protecting their culture. If you want to see India in its most untouched, unfiltered, and truly pure form, it's the Northeast India.